Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I'm your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash. Today is Monday, May 15th, 2023, and I am here to go over the Major League Baseball main slate tonight. We've got a bunch of games to go over, so I'm looking forward to that. It's been a long time since I've been doing a podcast for you guys for baseball, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting back into it today. If you're new to the channel, if you would hit the like button and then hit subscribe. After you've done those two things, if you would hit the alarm bell, that will let you know when our newest podcast is gone live. If you're new to DFS Coach Talk, you can join us on Twitter at DFS Coach Talk and just send us a DM. Let us know that you're interested in joining Coach Talk. We have memberships that start as low as $3 for 3 days, so we would love to have you join us. We are very encouraging, very family-friendly and positive community, our Discord. And what that will do, what a membership will give you, we do provide lineups every day for Fanduel and Yahoo, and then we have a Draftkings core for the major sports. So for today, we'll have baseball. And then tomorrow we'll have, of course, the NBA playoffs with the Lakers and the Nuggets, and then our Major League Baseball content as well. So you can look forward to that. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. We have the first game today is going to be at 7:07 p.m. Eastern. The New York Yankees taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Johnny Brito against Alek Manoah. Toronto is favored by -165, over under of 9.5 runs. It is in a dome, so there's no weather to worry about. We have projected lineup. For the Yankees, we have Anthony Volpe, Aaron Judge, Anthony Rizzo, Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu, Harrison Bader, Jake Bauers, and Oswaldo Cabrera, Jose Trevino at catcher. And then we have for the Blue Jays, their projected lineup, George Springer, Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Dalton Varsho, Matt Chapman, Brandon Belt, Alejandro Kirk, Whit Merrifield, and Kevin Kiermaier. The next game is at 7:10 p.m. Eastern. The Seattle Mariners taking on the Boston Red Sox. We have George Kirby against Tanner Hoke. The projected lineup for Seattle, J.P. Crawford, Ty France, Jared Kelenic, Eugenio Suarez, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Teoscar Hernandez, Taylor Trammell, Colton Wong. And then for the Red Sox, we have a confirmed lineup. Jarren Duran leading off, Alex Verdugo, Justin Turner, Rafael Devers, Tristan Casas, Ramiel Tapia, Pablo Reyes, Emmanuel Valdez, Connor Wong. And then Seattle's -120 favorite on the money line, another over-under of 9.5 runs. The wind is blowing out at 11 miles an hour, so they do expect there to be a good amount of runs at Fenway Park today. Let me look and check the chat and see what you guys have to say so far. Rodney, what's going on? Travis, how's it going? Derek Wilson, what's up, guys? I know it's been a long time since I've done baseball, so I'm excited to be back at it today. 7:45 p.m. Eastern, the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Freddie Peralta against Jack Flaherty. Milwaukee is -115 on the money line, over under of 8 runs, 72 degrees, a wind blowing in at 7 miles an hour. Milwaukee being favored here is a little bit of a surprise to me. I know they've been playing better just the last couple games against the Royals, but St. Louis played really well in Boston, and they've won a few in a row now. So I like St. Louis to win this game tonight, but we'll see what happens. Projected lineup for the Brewers: Christian Yelich, Jesse Winker, Willy Adames, Rowdy Tellez, William Contreras, Brian Anderson, Bryce Terang, Tyrone Taylor, and Joey Wiemer. For the Cardinals, their projected lineup: Lars Nootbaar, Paul Goldschmidt, Nolan Gorman, Nolan Arenado, Wilson Contreras. So you got the Contreras brothers here going head-to-head for the first time. Brendan Donovan, Paul DeYoung, Dylan Carlson, and Tommy Edman. Actually, I think they may have played each other earlier this year. I think they did in Milwaukee. But anyway, so the Contreras brothers playing. against each other. So yeah, that's that for that game. Then we have at 8:05 p.m. Eastern, the Atlanta Braves taking on the Texas Rangers. Charlie Morton against Cody Bradford. Atlanta's minus 140 on the money line. Over under of 9 runs. They're in the dome, so there's no weather. We have projected lineup for the Braves: Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Sean Murphy, Eddie Rosario, Ozzie Albies, Marcelo Zuna, Michael Harris, and Orlando Arcia. For the Rangers, Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia, Nathaniel Lowe, Josh Young, Jonah Heim, Ezekiel Duran, Robbie Grossman, and Leody Taveras. The next game is at 8:10 p.m. Eastern. Chicago Cubs taking on the Houston Astros. Jamison Taillon against Framber Valdez. Houston is minus 195 favorite. Over under of 7.5 runs. The projected lineups we have for the Cubs: Nick Madrigal, Dansby Swanson, Ian Happ, Seiya Suzuki, Patrick Wisdom, Cody Bellinger, Trey Mancini, Yan Gomes, and Christopher Morel, excuse me. For the Astros, we have Mauricio Dubon. These are projected lineup. Mauricio Dubon, Alex Bregman, Yordan Alvarez, Jose Abreu, Kyle Tucker, Jeremy Pena, Corey Julks, Chaz McCormick, and Martin Maldonado. And the next game is at 8:40 p.m. Eastern. The Cincinnati Reds taking on the Colorado Rockies. Hunter Green against Connor Siebold. Cincinnati's minus 130 favorite. Over under of 11 runs. So as you might expect, has the highest run total. 33% chance of rain. So not too high of a chance, but there is a slight chance of some rain. Could be a slight delay. Wouldn't expect anything major. Definitely shouldn't postpone this game. 65 degrees, wind blowing right to left at 6 miles an hour. And we do have confirmed lineups for both teams. We have Jonathan India, Matt McLean, Jake Fraley, Spencer Steer, Tyler Stevenson, Nick Senzel, Henry Ramos, Will Myers, and Stephen Fairchild for the Stuart Fairchild for the Reds. And then for the Rockies, Charlie Blackmon, Ryan McMahon, Chris Bryant, Mike Moustakas, Randall Grichuk, Harold Castro, Ezekiel Tovar, Austin Wynns, and Brenton Doyle. Next game is at 9:40 p.m. Eastern. The Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Oakland A's. Merrill Kelly against Drew Rucinski. Easy for me to say, Drew Rucinski. Arizona minus 210 favorite. Over under of 9 runs. Wind blowing out at 10 miles an hour at 69 degrees. Projected lineups we have for the Diamondbacks: Josh Rojas, Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll, Christian Walker, Lourdes Gurriel, Pavin Smith, the Red Hot Dominic Fletcher, Gabriel Moreno, and Geraldo Perdomo. For the A's, we have Esteury Ruiz, Ryan Noda, Brent Rooker, Ramon Laureano, J.J. Bleday, Jordan Diaz, Aledmus Diaz, Shea Langoliers, and Jace Peterson. At 9:40 p.m. Eastern, the Kansas City Royals are taking on the San Diego Padres. Brad Keller against Michael Wacha. San Diego is a minus 225 favorite. Over under of 9 runs. Wind blowing left to right, at 6 miles an hour, 64 degrees. For the Royals, we have Bobby Witt, Vinny Pasquantino, Salvador Perez, MJ Melendez, Edward Olivares, Nick Prado, Michael Garcia, then Michael Massey, and Jackie Bradley Jr. For the Padres, we have Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, Jake Cronenworth, Matt Carpenter, Ha-Seong Kim, Trent Grisham, and Austin Nola. At 9:45 p.m. Eastern, the Philadelphia Phillies are taking on the San Francisco Giants. We have the primary reliever for the Phillies is Bailey Falter. The starter for the Giants is Alex Wood. San Francisco is a minus 120 favorite on the money line. Over under of 9 runs. 62 degrees, wind blowing out at 10 miles an hour. Projected lineup for Philadelphia: Trey Turner, Alec Boehm, Bryce Harper, Nick Castellanos, Kyle Schwarber, JT Realmuto, Brandon Marsh, Edmundo Sosa, and Bryson Stott. Projected lineup for San Francisco: Thairo Estrada, Mitch Haniger, J.D. Davis, Michael Conforto, Wilmer Flores, Casey Schmidt, Joey Bart, Brandon Crawford, and Bryce Johnson. Last game of the night is at 10:10 p.m. Eastern. The Minnesota Twins are taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Pablo Lopez against Noah Syndergaard. Dodgers are minus 120 favorite, over under of 8.5 runs. It's 67 degrees with the wind blowing out at 10 miles an hour. Projected lineup for Minnesota: Byron Buxton, Carlos Correa, Andre Kurloff, Jorge Polanco, Kyle Farmer, Joey Gallo, Trevor Larnach, Christian Vasquez, and Michael A. Taylor. For the Dodgers, we have Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Max Muncy, JD Martinez, James Outman, Miguel Vargas, David Peralta, and Miguel Rojas. And that is it for the slate overview. Now we'll look at the top plays. Let me take a look at the chat and see if you have any questions. All right, no questions. All right, so for the pay-up pitchers, my favorite is Framber Valdez. He's 10-7 on Draftkings and Fanduel. He's $50 on Yahoo. Going up against the Cubs, they've lost 6 of their last 7 games on the road. They've had the third highest strikeout rate in their last 3 games at 30.4%. Valdez has just had one of his best games, or the best game, I think, of the season against the Angels. He pitched 8 innings. He allowed 1 run, and he had 12 strikeouts for 67 fantasy points. So he'll have a lot of confidence, and he's going up against a struggling team. So I think that this is a pretty good spot for him. His ownership is probably going to be pretty high, but I do think he's in a really good spot. For a little bit cheaper, you have Merrill Kelly. He's $8,800 on DraftKings, $9,700 on FanDuel, and $41 on Yahoo. Going up against the A's in Oakland. Oakland struggled to score. They've scored the 4th fewest runs per game this year at 3.79, and they do have the 6th highest strikeout rate. I don't really have any other value pitchers that I like. My fade would be Pablo Lopez. He's been pitching really well this year, but he is going up against the Dodgers in LA. They've won 13 of their last 15 games. They've scored the 4th most runs per game, so it's a really tough matchup for Lopez. So I think there's definitely better options than him on this slate. My BVP play of the day is Nolan Arenado. He's $4,800 on DraftKings, $3,000 on FanDuel, and only $12 on Yahoo. He's hit .368 against Peralta with 7 hits and 19 at-bats, has 4 singles and 3 home runs. So I do like Nolan Arenado. My stacks are going to be the Astros, the Diamondbacks, the Reds, and Coors, and the Cardinals. And then I have one other stack that I'll save for our members. And then my home run call is going to be Joey Gallo against Noah Syndergaard. Joey spent some time in the Dodgers clubhouse last year, so I think it's a little bit of a revenge game for him. He's hit a home run in his last 2 games. 8 of his 9 home runs this year have been against right-handed pitchers. So I do like Joey Gallo tonight to hit a home run. I have one more for our members, and then one more home run call for our members. And then, of course, Doug will have his own too, which you'll also get as part of being a member, and his stacks too, and pitchers he likes and everything else. So got a lot of good content. Definitely hope to see you join us soon. Then we have our Prizepicks plays. So we have my favorite Prizepicks plays are Nolan Arenado, more than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. And then Framber Valdez, more than 7 strikeouts. And I have one more Prizepicks play for our members that I'm saving that'll be posted in Discord tonight. Does anybody have any more questions before we get out of here? What are you doing? Well, Cameron, thank you very much. What do I think about stacking the Yankees in the Toronto game? I mean, you definitely could. It has one of the higher, I think outside of Coors, it has the highest run total on the slate, tied with the Red Sox and the Mariners. Manoah's been struggling. He hasn't been pitching quite as good as he was the last couple of years. So you do have that. The Yankees are starting to get healthier. They got Judge back in the lineup, and they don't have Stanton yet, but they have, Volpe, who's come on really strong. Gleyber Torres has been playing really well. So, I mean, yeah, and on the other side, you got Johnny Brito, who's been struggling. So I think that's definitely a viable option. Not sure what their ownership's going to be, but that could be a nice contrarian play in tournaments for sure. All right, guys. Well, that is going to do it for today. Good to be back doing podcast again. Like I said, been a while. So I'm glad to be back here. Deb will be here tomorrow to do the NBA podcast. I'm not sure if we'll have another baseball podcast tomorrow, maybe on Wednesday, possibly tomorrow. We'll see how my schedule looks, but I'm glad I was able to get one in today. Hope everybody has an awesome Monday. We've had a couple really good days here in a row on baseball, so we'll keep that momentum going tonight. I like the slate a lot, so we will continue to crush it in MLB, DFS, and Prizepicks. Thank you.